You've been with her, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Of course you have. Well, what have you decided?
Decided?
About what's been happening. Oh, don't tell me you and Wendy have spent most of the day together and not discussed it.
She's as confused about the situation as I am.
I'm not talking about her.
Deirdre, it's not easy. These things take time.
I've already given you more than enough time. I told you earlier, Ken, no sharing. It's her or me. Right. If you haven't got the guts to make a decision, I'll make one for you. I want you out.
What?
Just pack your bags and go.
Now?
Yes.
Deirdre, you're being selfish.
Me selfish?
Yes, have you thought about Tracy? Force me out and she's going to ask why.
Tracy already knows everything there is to know about you and that Crozier woman.
What? You've told her?
I didn't have to. She worked it out for herself. So just get out, will you? Go!
It's all right for some, innit, eh? Celebrating with family. Me, I've been trying to get her back to Ivy since 10:30. Yeah, not like I'm complaining, man. Happy New Year,
Tracy, love. That was your dad. I'm afraid he's gone.
Gone? What do you mean?
I told him to go. I had to. I couldn't take any more lies. Please, love, you do understand, don't you?
But telling him to go, Deirdre. I mean, even while he's been deceiving you, being with that other woman, at least he was coming home, providing Tracy with some sort of stability.
Tracy waited all of yesterday for Ken to come home. What sort of stability is that? And besides, there's my feelings to be considered in all this.
I know, but Ken gone for good. It's so final.
Oh, I thought I was being so strong, Emily, telling him to go. And all I was doing was playing right into his hands, giving him what he wants, the freedom to go and live with his fancy woman. Tracy, hello, love. What's the matter?
I've been wondering.
Yeah, go on.
Perhaps I'd better get
No,
back.
no, it's all right. Come on, love, what's the problem? Look, it's all right. Auntie Emily knows what's happened.
I've been thinking, if I phone my dad, perhaps he'll come back.
I don't think there's much chance of that, love.
I'm sure he would. I know he would, if I ask him.
Look, believe me, love, it wouldn't do any good.
But Mum...
Tracy, he's gone. To live with Wendy Crozier. If he wanted to be with us, he'd have given her up a long time ago.
Be sure that's wise. Not letting her try. I know how you feel about Ken, but is it fair to stop Tracy having access to him?
Look, love, even if you could persuade your dad to come back, I don't want him here. And I won't share him with someone else.
You shared him with me.
I just can't live with someone I don't trust anymore.
Yeah. Suppose if he does love Wendy Crozier more than you, he won't come back.
Loving her doesn't mean he doesn't love you. And whatever happens between your dad and me, I won't stop you from seeing him.
Or phoning him.
If it'll make you feel better. Come on, I'll find the number for you. Here we are, Weatherfield 2721.
Weatherfield 2721, hello?
Is that Wendy Crozier?
Yes. Who's that?
It's Tracy Barlow. Can I speak to me dad? He's there, isn't he?
Well, I'm sorry, no, he isn't.
He must be. Him and my mum had a row last night and he left. I didn't even have a chance to say bye to him.
Well, I'm sorry, but he's not here, Tracy.
He must be.
Now listen, you. You've got no right to stop Tracy talking to her father. Now will you please go and get him?
Look, I'm sorry, he's not here.
Oh, come off it.
I haven't seen him since last night. Honestly, I've no idea where he is.
Damn woman. Flaming liar.
But where's my dad?
Oh, where do you think he is, Tracy? He's there, with her. And she's protecting him.
But why won't you try ringing the office?
Because he isn't there.
But if Wendy Crozier is telling the truth, and my dad isn't at her house, we should be trying to find him, shouldn't we?
Tracy, love, we know where he is.
But do we?
He's always with her when he's not here.
That's not fair. He could be at work. Give him a ring, just to see if he's okay. Please.
No, Tracy. Oh, I'm sorry, love. I know it's hard. But just be patient. We must wait for him to get in touch with us.
You look awful. You didn't have to sleep here last night.
What makes you think I got any sleep? Anyway, how do you know I was here?
I guessed. Your daughter phoned me.
Tracy phoned you?
Told me you left home. Why didn't you let me know?
Wendy. Look, I didn't leave home. Deirdre kicked me out, insisted that I go.
You could have come to me.
Could I? Last night before I left, you said you wanted a total commitment. Not a rejected husband scuttling back to you the minute he's thrown out of the marital home.
It wasn't an ultimatum, Ken. It was just a way of saying, I want you, need you.
Even though I didn't leave of my own accord.
Yes.
Even in this state.
Of course. Emotional wreck though you are. Now you're going to come home with me.
Home.
Yes, home. I do love you, you know. What you need is a hot bath and a good sleep. Come on.
What did you do that for?
I told you, love. I'd rather you didn't try and phone your dad just at the moment.
Who said it was him?
Wasn't it?
I've a right to speak to him. He can't stop me.
Lovey, I don't want to stop you. But just while we get through these next few days, I'd prefer it if he were the one to make contact.
Why? What difference does it make?
I don't want him to think I'm using you.
You're not.
Were you ringing her place again?
No, she told us yesterday he's not there.
That's her story.
She wasn't lying, Mum. I know he's not gone there.
Lovey, how can you be so sure?
Because this is where he lives. My dad will never go and live in a stupid oval house. I bet it's full of smelly old cats.
Freshly squeezed.
Me or the juice?
Both. I do love you, Mr. Barlow. Just thought I'd mention it.
Thanks.
You're supposed to say I love you too.
You know I do, but...
But you're worn out, you've hardly slept for 2 nights, and you don't know how the hell this mess is ever going to get sorted.
Pretty accurate summary.
Well, I've no easy answers, Ken, but I know it will get sorted. As long as we both pull together.
But, love, I don't want you to be under any illusions. It's going to be a rough ride. I mean, right now, my life is snarled up on just about every damn front.
Okay. We'll tackle it one step at a time. What's the first problem?
Getting the paper out while feeling like death.
Well, simple. 2 heads are better than one. I'll come to the office with you.
Well, what about your own job?
Oh, I'm only temping there. I'll ring the agency and get them to send someone else.
You sure?
Look, I'm not doing you any favours, darling. Just get it into your poor old addled head that we're a team now, right?
Rita, you'll never guess what Gail's just told me. Ken Barlow's left Deirdre.
How did you hear this?
Liz MacDonald, of all people. Tracy told one of her lads.
Well, you know what kids are. They'll just be dramatising. They'll just have had a row, that's all.
Well, Emily'll know. Emily, is it true about Ken and Deirdre?
I'm sure I've no wish to add fuel to idle rumour.
I don't think it's idle rumour. According to Liz.
Yes, it's authentic. I can confirm that me and Ken are having a trial separation. That is what you were all speculating about, isn't it? Right. Now, we've got that sorted. Could I have some writing paper, please, unlined?
I'm very sorry, Deirdre. I know what it's like.
Me and all, love. There's anything I can do to help you?
Oh, me too.
Oh, thanks.
How's Tracy taking it? I mean, mine were a lot younger when it happened to me and Brian, but... well, it was bad enough then.
Well, it's not easy for her, but I think she understands. I hope she does.
Dad!
Well, that was a good morning's work, madam.
Feeling better about things?
Well, a little more optimistic that we might actually get a paper out this week, thanks to a certain bossy lady that I know.
Come on. You can treat me to a smoked salmon sandwich on the strength of it.
Well, I mean, if anybody had a rock-solid marriage, it was Ken and Deirdre Barlow.
I always thought that they were the perfect couple.
Well, what went wrong, did she say?
Apparently not. I mean, some sort of trial separation, whatever that might mean.
Oh, well, folk just get bored, don't they? But, I mean, those two, they lead really interesting lives, don't they?
I bet I know what it is. Staying too late at them council meetings. Well, come on, you go for a drink after, you know, one thing leads to another. Not all councillors have pot bellies.
Yeah, but why does it have to be her? I mean, what about him? He's out all day, isn't he, meeting different women?
But why does it have to be either of them? It could be just a rocky patch they're going through. A lot of marriages do. They'll get over it if folk keep their noses out.
What's going to happen to Tracy?
She wouldn't have any lunch. She went out about an hour ago and she's not been back since.
She'll have gone to see Ken.
Possibly. Even though I asked her not to.
And you are wonderful and capable. And I ought to be shot because I have no faith.
Good afternoon. Workers of the world unite, eh? Oh, my mistake. You're not glued together.
I better go.
No, please don't. I mean, we don't want Ken falling to pieces, do we? Stay and hold his hand, if you like.
Deirdre, cool it, please.
I'm cool, Ken. I'm sober, I'm cool, and I'm in my right mind. So if you and Miss Piggy here will pin your ears back, I've got a few things to tell you.
If you must.
Well, there's the emotional perspective to these antics of yours, Ken, and we've all had a right good wallow in them. But there's also the economics. And a bust-up marriage means a financial sort-out.
I'm aware of that. No way am I going to dodge my liabilities.
Oh, I'd hope you're aware of just what they are. The house was paid for, right? You remortgaged it to buy this paper. I've been advised that as half the house belongs to me, so does half the recorder. And that means half its profits and half its income.
Deirdre, this is all pointless. I'll be paying your bills.
Well, that's not good enough. Paying a few damn bills. I've taken advice, Ken. This is going to cost you. And it won't be coppers. I trust you got all that down in your, no doubt, impeccable shorthand.
They left. You've left her, and yes, you have some responsibility towards the maintenance of your family, but you can't buy your way out of the guilt, Ken. That's just part of the process. It's bound to lessen with time.
I wish I could believe that.
And if money does pose a problem, I've always got savings we could use.
I don't think that's appropriate. I've landed you with enough burdens without funding my wife's alimony.
I don't see it like that.
No. Anyway, the recorder's picking up. We'll soon realise enough profits to put money worries on one side. I'm grateful, you know. All your help with the paper.
Well, since you're into guilt, I could say you owe me one. But believe me, I'm happy doing it. That's your life. I like being part of that.
Talking of which, that's where we should be now. Oh, God, I better sort some clothes out.
What, from Coronation Street?
Yeah. Can't think of anything I'd like less than going back to my thing.
No. But for as long as they're still there, Deirdre won't know for sure that it's permanent.
Tracy? Come on, love, what are you doing? You don't want to be late on your first day back. Oh, come on, you've not even brushed your hair.
I don't want to go.
Look, love, I know it feels strange. I know it's awkward, but... Well, the best thing to do when you feel like that is to get on with your life and do what you've always done. We've all got to.
I don't want to go.
You've got lots of friends at school. You need to get out of this house and be with other people. You need that.
But what if they know me dad's gone?
Oh, why should they?
People round here know. People who go to our school. When Debbie Freeman's mum and dad split up, everyone knew about it straight away. I don't know what to say to them.
Then say nothing. If you feel like that, just tell them to mind their own business.
What if they ask if he's coming back?
I'm sorry, love. I can't answer that. Oh, Duffy. Oh, come on. Oh, Tracy.
What's so bad about maintenance?
It's precisely because the recorder's not a stable source. I don't want to be waiting round to see what your advertising revenue's like every week, to see if me and Tracy have got enough to live on. Our lives have been messed about enough.
And that's the price I've got to pay?
I just want the house.
Knowing precisely how much I have to sacrifice to provide it. Tracy! Oh, love. Oh, I've missed you. I really have missed you. Oh,
Are you stopping, Dad?
No, he's not, love.
I can't make
I
this
hate
easy.
you!
Tracy,
I hate
please,
you! I hate
please.
you! You hate me as
No,
well.
that's not
Yes,
true,
you
Tracy.
do.
I love you.
You don't live here anymore.
Tracy,
you want
please,
to
listen
live
to
with us,
me.
why don't you just get lost and leave us alone?
Tracy!
Deirdre. Deirdre. Tracy went off to school, all right, I take it?
Well, she went. Whether she was all right or not.
She didn't want to go then?
She didn't want to go. She didn't want to stay here. She's that upset she doesn't know where to put herself.
It's a terrible thing, her parents splitting up at her age. Not that there's a good age for it.
It's not my fault me and Ken have finished.
No, I wasn't saying that.
I mean, what was I supposed to do? Just put up with it and keep my mouth shut? Let him have his bit on the side?
No.
That's what he wanted, you know. He'd have been quite happy to go on living here. using this place for eating and sleeping and her for the rest.
I wasn't blaming you, Deirdre, really.
Yeah, there's plenty round here who will, I dare say. At least Tracy doesn't anyway. At least she knows whose fault it is. What does that mean?
Nothing. Well, children are unpredictable, aren't they? Yes, she blames Ken now, but, well, in a few years' time, she could persuade herself it was all your fault. It happens. Children have all their battles with the parent they stay with, the one who walks away.
Look, what are you saying, Emily? Are you saying have Ken back, go begging him to come home because it's not on? He wouldn't come back anyway, even if I'd have him, which I won't. I know how much Tracy's suffering. Do you think I like it?
Of course I don't.
I'll tell you this. She's not going to go short of anything if I can help it. I am not letting Ken get away on the cheap. He can walk away, but he is not leaving us on the breadline.
I hope this isn't going to turn into a dreadful battle. If you can, try to avoid that, Deirdre. Because you're the ones who'll suffer the most. You and Tracy.
Shouldn't we be getting down to the office?
Yeah, I suppose so. Doesn't seem much point there.
Oh, come on, Ken. That's not like you. If we let the recorder go down the pan, who's that going to help? Look, I understand how you feel. I know you didn't sleep much last night. You're bound to be upset, but that's what Deirdre wants. It's her way of getting back at you.
It wasn't Deirdre. It was Tracy. Didn't he want to talk to me? Just wanted me to get out of the house. That hurt.
Well, surely that's down to Deirdre. She's doing her best to turn Tracy against you.
No, I don't think so. That's not Deirdre's style.
Well, maybe not in the normal run of things, but things aren't normal right now, are they? Deirdre's lashing out at you and she's using Tracy as a weapon. But give her time and I'm sure Tracy will see things differently.
I hope you're right.
This trouble with Tracy, that's all that's worrying you, isn't it?
Isn't that enough?
Well, I was just wondering if there's anything else.
Such as what?
I don't know. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Only that I think you're quite right. It's no good sitting here moping. Come on, let's get down to the office and start getting the paper out.
Don't say anything. In fact, I'd sooner you didn't.
I've got to, because the minute I heard it took me straight back. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I'd sooner you just left it.
All right, but just tell me one thing. You and Ken splitting up, has it got anything to do with what happened? You know, between you and me?
No, it's got absolutely nothing to do with that. Ken's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I'll be honest, I couldn't give a damn what happens to Ken. I always thought you were wasted on him anyway. But I'm genuinely concerned that you're hurt. If I can do anything, I will. No strings, nothing up your sleeve. If you want anything, just say, okay?
Sort of things I might need, you might not be able to give me. I doubt if anybody could.
Just bear it in mind, all right? There was one other thing I wanted to say. Well, it's a bit of advice, really. Get yourself a good solicitor. Now, I know a
No,
bloke...
it's all right. I've already got somebody.
Oh, have you? Because when Ken finds out that leaving home costs money, he'll... Oh, this girlfriend, has she got any?
No, I don't think so. No, in fact, I'm sure she hasn't.
Yeah. Well, when he finds that running two homes costs a bomb, he'll try and economise. On you and Tracy, if you let him.
I don't think Ken would do that.
Well, you didn't think he'd ever shack up with another woman. And he has.
Let's go to the wine bar for a drink, and then we'll go out for dinner somewhere nice.
Can we afford it?
We're doing it, whether we can or not.
Right. We'll throw caution to the winds. Anyway, I think we can afford it. While you were out, I sold 2 more adverts, including a half page to the Weatherfield Building Society.
You're very keen, aren't you?
Well, of course I am. I love it, Ken, working together. I don't care how difficult it is. I think it's great. It's our future, and I love it. Come on, you can take me for that drink. Recorder? No, I'm sorry, he isn't. I don't know where he is. Probably following up a story. I'm trying to get hold of him most of the afternoon. I'll get him to call you first thing. Yep. Bye now. I'm sorry, Ken isn't here.
I know that. I wouldn't be here if he was.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot we could talk about, but whether it would be advisable...
I have very little to say to you. Except, would you mind stepping aside?
There's nobody here. I was just shutting up.
To all intents and purposes, I own half this newspaper, for what it's worth. So you don't mind. Don't worry. I've not come to burn the place down.
Wouldn't be very wise, considering,
Don't
would
you
it?
tell me what's wise and what isn't. Just draw his attention to these, will you? They're bills.
You could have posted them.
And ask him if he wants the rest of his clothes, otherwise they go to Oxfam.
You could have told him that on the phone. You knew he wasn't here. So I shall assume that you knew that I was, and you've come to see me.
Well, I've never really had a close look at you, have I? Funny. I'd not have said you were his type.
Is this really going to do either of us any good?
Mind you, I suppose it's like with everything else. As they get older, they go more for comfort than looks.
He's made his choice, whatever his reasons. You must know you didn't make him happy. There comes a time when he's entitled, when anybody's entitled to ask for a bit more.
And you're the particular bit that everyone's entitled to, are you? Well, if it makes you happy, you're welcome.
What do you want me to do? Scream, shout, cry, what?
I'll tell you what you can do. You can remember that my house is mortgaged, and the money went into this paper, and half of that money is mine.
Well, then, the better success he makes of this newspaper, the better your prospects. So why make life more difficult than it has to be? He's working all the hours God sends, as it is.
Oh? And you're working with him, are you?
I'm doing what I can, which happens to be quite a lot.
Well, if you're stopping round the office, I think you're very wise. Make sure he gets these, will you? He used to tell me he was working every hour God sends. Turns out most of the time he was in bed with another woman. Remember that and all.
That's childish, you know, changing the lock. I'm not going to come round and batter you, am I?
Well, I don't know, do I? I mean, you're full of surprises lately.
Oh, for God's sake. It has been my house for a few years, you know.
Right up to the time when you walked out of it. Now, can we talk about whatever it was you came for? Tracy. She could have picked her time better.
That Kevin Bartlett's a pig. Do you know what he did?
Hello, Tracy, love.
Have you come back?
No.
Oh, it seemed such a waste. Marriage broken, now Ken's business. Oh, these love affairs. People cripple themselves, and for what? Will whatever he's got with this Wendy, will it last, do you think?
I don't care. All I know is it's Ken's own choosing. He's broken our lives up. Broken me as well, I sometimes think. That's twice I've been married, Emily. And twice it's gone wrong. I feel like such a failure.
Cherry, please, Betty.
Yeah.
And Deirdre.
I'll have a lager, please, Betty.
Okay, and 2 hot pots, please, Betty, when you've a moment.
Okay, no.
Hello, Deirdre.
Hello.
How are you, you and Tracy?
Oh, we're all right, thanks, Mavis.
Good. Well, if there's anything I mean, I know it must be difficult for you, so...
That's what I hate about coming in here now, getting a wave of sympathy. I hate people feeling sorry for me. And I know they mean well.
They do.
It just makes me feel like such a loser. And I wouldn't care, but I bet that Wendy Crozier is older than me. I bet she is, you know. And would you say she was better looking than me?
No.
Which just makes it worse. I mean, if Ken had run off with somebody half his age or a raving beauty or something, it wouldn't have been so bad. Oh, I don't know. Pay no attention to this, Emily. Just feel free to cock a deafen.
Come on, let's sit down.
All right. Cheers. Thank you.
Do you like blackberry jam, Tracy? Tracy? It's to your dad and... Tracy?
I might be late.
What, tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. It's, well, if you'd mentioned it sooner, I'd have mentioned it to your dad.
My dad, why?
Well, he wanted to know if you wanted to see him. He was talking about coming to pick you up later on, but only if you want to and if you...
Why didn't you say?
Yeah, well, I know I should have done, but I forgot.
You forgot? My dad wants to see me and you forgot.
Now, don't take that tone. And anyway, I didn't know if you'd want to see him.
Well, why shouldn't I?
I didn't say you shouldn't. I just said I didn't know if you'd want to.
You mean you don't want me to?
Look, if you want to see him, see him.
Yeah, I will.
Will you be stopping late at school?
No, I'll be home.
Sorry if I've chosen a bad time to call.
Don't worry, you couldn't have chosen a good one.
Deirdre, I don't want to play that game. I didn't bring my racket.
I'm not playing any games, Ken. I'm telling you, I'd be happier if you never walked through that door again.
Yes, but there is Tracy. Now I'm going to call round and take her out after school. So long as she hasn't said she doesn't want to go. So, she hasn't said she doesn't want to go.
No.
Right, I'll be round about 4 then.
I don't see why you had to come round. I mean, you could have rung.
This is why I came round.
What do you mean, this?
The fact that you do this, that you won't call a truce.
There's no such thing, Ken.
Well, there can be. And for Tracy's sake, please, when I come round, let it drop out.
Oh, what, don't spoil your act, you mean?
No, I mean, don't start... See? If every time I come round to pick her up, she's going to get caught in a crossfire, it's not going to be very good for her, is it? Not good for a relationship for you or me or for herself. You must see that. So, for Tracy's sake.
Oh, yes, keep up a civilised front.
Well, if that's where you want to put it, yes. Don't do it for me. Do it for Tracy.
OK, Ken. You've made your point. Now, is that the end of the lecture? Don't keep her out too late.
No, I won't. But we'll eat out somewhere first. Well, you can have the evening off.
Oh, I'm so grateful.
Where are we going?
Oh, we'll think somewhere. Coat?
Won't be seen dead in that. Don't need a coat, this is warm.
Tracy?
Oh, she'll be in the car. It'll be all right.
See you, Mum.
Bye-bye, love.
Bye. Right, now, anything you want to do? What do you fancy?
I don't know.
Well, I happen to know there's a certain shop that's open late in town tonight for privileged customers only, of course. Unless you refuse to be parted from your school uniform.
Ew.
Hello.
Hello.
Tracy, at least take your scarf. She's had colds all winter.
No, it's all right. She won't need it.
Look. Come out of there, Tracy, love.
Why?
I said come out. Come on.
I don't want to. I want to go with my dad.
I said get out of that car. Just get out of there.
Why?
Because you are not going anywhere with that woman.
Look, for God's sake, she's going with me.
She is not going anywhere
Well, look, make a
with
fool
that...
of yourself by all means, but spare Tracy, will you?
Don't you tell me. She's my daughter, remember, not yours.
Oh, may God forgive you for that, because I'm not sure that I will.
I don't give a damn what you think, Ken. Just keep that woman away from my daughter. Come on, out. Out!
So, you're doing all this for Tracy's benefit, are you? Going mad in the street? I'm sure she'll be very grateful. Why don't you tell the neighbours about your difficulties?
Tracy, open this door. Open this door, Tracy. Tracy, open the door.
Go away.
I can't go away, Tracy, love. Tracy. Love, I'm sorry.
You said he wasn't my dad.
Yeah. Well, I wish I hadn't said that.
At least he wants to be my dad. You don't even want to be my mum.
Tracy!
You just want to get at me. And get at her. You just want to get at everyone.
Love, I am very sorry.
He's my dad to me.
He is your dad.
Then why did you stop him taking me out? He wants to take me out, but you stop him because you hate him. Well, I don't, and I'm going to see me dad if I want to.
I know.
And you're not going to stop me.
Hang on, Tracy. I'll walk as far as Bessie Street with you.
I'm meeting Debbie.
Hang on. Look, I'm sorry for causing a scene.
Did you have to drag me out of the car just because Wendy were there, showing us up?
I don't know why exactly, but... Well, it frightens me. When you go to see your dad and she's there, it frightens me.
That's stupid.
Look, you've got to see it from my point of view, Tracy. There is nothing I have to say to that woman. She's your dad's friend. I can't do anything about that. But she has nothing to do with you. And I want it to stay that way. All right?
I've got to go.
Damn.
Where's my dad?
Hello, Tracy. Well, I don't know. It's still at work, I should think.
Phoned the office. They said they were going to a meeting and coming straight home.
I'm sorry I can't help you. You can come in and wait for him if you like. I'm sorry about the other day.
So am I.
I think I understand how your mum feels, though.
I don't. It was well embarrassing. She hates you.
Well, I think feelings are running high all round. Tracy, why did you come round if your mum's so against it?
What, see me dad?
Did you know he wouldn't be here when you arrived? Were you expecting to speak to me?
I think so.
And I'm not a monster? Your dad and I didn't do any of this deliberately, you know. We didn't do it to hurt anyone. Especially you, Tracy.
Can I use your toilet?
Upstairs. Second on the left.
Hello, it's me. If I got £1 for every new supermarket I traipse around today, we'll be living in Bermuda. Tracy!
Hey, Dad.
Hello, love. Oh, it's good to see you. Listen, does your mum know that you've come here?
She's probably at another council meeting.
That wasn't what I asked you.
No.
Well, I think perhaps we better ring and see.
Can't you wait a bit? I've come to see you.
Councillor Barlow, excuse the raw material. It'll taste all right when it's done. It's suet pudding, you know.
Is Tracy about?
No, she's not here.
Oh, only I told Emily I'd let Tracy see herself in, but, well, she's not been home, or else she'd have left a note.
Hang on. I saw her across the school crossing. She's very well behaved on that crossing, is Tracy. Some of the kids, you know, they're dangerous to the traffic. They really are.
Was she heading in this direction?
Well,
Oh, sorry, I'll have to go. That's my phone.
she could do with a warmer coat in this weather.
No reply.
I'll try again later.
No, actually. I think we should drive round and be there when she gets back.
Damn.
Oh, love. I don't want your mum to get the wrong idea. And believe me, things will get better in the future. Now, come on. Get your coat.
Lindsay, hello, it's Deirdre, Tracy's mum. Did you walk home from school with Tracy tonight? Which way did she go, do you know? Oh, it's all right, Lindsay, she's here now. Yeah, tell your mum I'm sorry to have bothered her. Bye. Where have you been?
We did try ringing.
Is that where you were? Is it?
Look, I think all she wanted to...
I don't want to know, Ken.
Okay. Bye, love.
See you, Dad.
What are you trying to do to me? I've been worried sick.
You said you didn't mind me going.
I said you were entitled to see your father. That doesn't mean to say you start doing it behind my back. And I don't suppose he's fed you.
Just like a little newborn child.
Would you turn the television off, please, Tracy? Turn it off. Now, don't you agree you were out of line going there without telling me?
I've told you. I tried ringing you at the council. They won't let me speak to you.
Oh, you knew they wouldn't unless it was urgent. So what did you do then?
Went to my dad's.
And he brought you straight home?
Well, when he came home, he tried ringing you.
Hang on a minute. What do you mean, when he came home? Were you there on your own, with her? Were you?
Will you stop saying it like that? Her, she. She's called Wendy.
And she is responsible for all this mess.
You don't even know her. You can't say that because you don't even know her. She's not half as bad as what you make out. And just because you hate her guts, it doesn't mean I have to. If you must know, I like Wendy.
Tracy!
Oh, where was it?
Bathroom.
Thanks.
Now, you got everything else?
Yeah.
Hockey boots?
Don't need them today.
Hey, it's games though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's Jim.
Tracy,
Yeah.
you come straight home tonight, do you hear?
Yeah.
Promise.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't see your father, you know that. But I'm not having you popping in and out of her house as if it's all cosy and friendly between us. It isn't. I don't accept her, Tracy.
I didn't go there to hurt you, Mum.
I know you didn't, love. And I'm sorry it has to be like this. I really am. But as far as I'm concerned, that woman is going to have no sort of contact with my daughter. She's not fit.
I shouldn't have gone.
Oh, love. Just never go there again. Never. Do you promise? She went round to Wendy Crozier's house straight after school. Sat there talking to her till Ken came home. Honestly, I just saw red. I mean, the thought of the pair of them sitting there as if nothing was wrong.
Oh, you must have been frantic.
Oh, it felt like such a betrayal. I mean, my own daughter. I just felt as if I'd been stabbed.
How are things now?
Oh, okay, I think. We made it up this morning, more or less. I just have to keep reminding myself how hard it is for her.
It's hard for you as well, don't forget that.
Well, it's harder for her. And this is the second father she's lost.
Are you answering that?
Probably for you.
Well, they won't bite your head off, Ken, whoever they are. Hello? Oh, hello, Tracy. How lovely to hear from you. Are you wanting your dad?
Hello, love. How are you?
Hi, Dad. Yeah. She's next door. It's Tina's end night. No, when I'm on my own. It's all right, honestly. No, honestly. There's nothing wrong, I promise. I just phoned for a chat. No, don't come round, please, because my mum will know I phoned.
I'm thrilled Tracy rang there. If she's easy about phoning here, I mean, she's not taking any notice of her mother's propaganda, which she must have been on the end of day in, day out.
You know, the more I see of it, the more convinced I get that parents are not fit people to bring up children.
And virtually any parent would admit it. Cockies.
Yeah. I just hope, for your sake, that Deirdre doesn't catch her phoning.
And for Tracy's sake. I mean, God, it's a ridiculous situation, you know. I mean, Deirdre should be glad that she's coming here. It's been nigh on impossible for her at the moment. Council meetings, home to run, child to look after.
She obviously finds it easier than giving in to you, though.
Yeah, obviously. Hell has no fury. Right. You ready?
Yep.
And they'll move in and look after you. And it'll only be for a couple of days anyway. So what do you think?
I don't mind.
Well, it'd be a change, wouldn't it?
She won't try and send me to bed at 8 o'clock or out, will she?
I'll make sure she doesn't.
She won't want me to school.
No, honestly, Tracy, it'll just be the same as normal, except it'll be Emily giving you your cornflakes.
She won't make me eat old lady food, will she?
What's old lady food?
You know, liver and cabbage and stuff.
Listen, you can sit down and plan your menu. How will that suit?
Okay.
And you don't mind?
No.
Oh, thank you, love. That is a load off my mind. It really is. I just nip and tell Emily.
You know, come to think of it, I could look after myself.
What, and have the authorities down on me like a ton of bricks? I won't be a sec. What have you been doing up there?
Getting ready. Right, I'll see you later then. Don't know what time I'll be back.
Why? Where are you going?
I've got hockey practice, haven't I? After school, I told you.
When?
Last week. I knew you weren't listening.
Well, you just make sure you get back as soon as you've finished, OK?
I will. You can wish me luck if you like.
Hey?
I'm trying to get on the team, aren't I? Oh, never mind.
Oh, bye, Tracy, and good luck.
Deirdre?
Ken?
I was hoping I may have caught you at home.
Hey?
I wanted to have a word.
I'm listening.
In private.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ken. It'll just have to wait.
It's about Tracy.
I'm not going to discuss our daughter here.
Look, Emily, I'm sorry, no offence, but I do feel that what I have to say is between me and Deirdre.
I'll be in all afternoon.
I've got to get back to work, haven't I? Look, I'm trying to be reasonable about this.
I think it'd be as well if you go. Don't mind me.
I'll be right back. Get a hot pot, will you? Well?
We can't go on like this.
Like what?
Well, the way we are with Tracy. Got to come to some proper arrangement.
What arrangement? What are you talking
Well, I
about?
want to see her. I want to spend time with her on a regular basis. You owe me that. Well, we both owe that to Tracy.
Don't you talk to me about what I owe you.
I have a right to see her. She's my daughter too, you know.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before, shouldn't you?
I'm trying to be reasonable about this. Lord knows I am. If we can settle this amicably between ourselves, it's got to be better for all of us, especially Tracy.
Oh, you're right. I suppose. I don't want to talk about it now.
Well, why not, for God's sake?
Well, I'm going away for a couple of days.
Away?
Yes, to Harrogate, to a conference.
And what's happening to Tracy?
Oh, Emily's coming to stay.
I see. Well, perhaps...
No, Ken. Look, we'll talk about it when I get back, all right? Now, I must get back to Emily.
I'll be in touch.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you will.
That's the one. Can I tear the page out?
Oh, yeah, take the magazine if you like. I've finished with it.
Oh, thanks.
What time do you make it?
Just gone 5. Luke, I'm sure if Tracy said she was going to hockey practice, that's where she'll be. She wouldn't deceive you.
Oh, I know. I know. I'm just being silly, overprotective. But she means so much to me. She's the only thing I've got left out of all this mess. If I thought for 1 minute she was sneaking off to see Ken...
She won't be, will she? Ken would hardly have come round to talk to you about Access, would he? Not if he was seeing her.
No, that's right. Look, you will keep an eye on things while I'm away, won't you, Emily? I mean, if Ken and that woman do come round, try and take Tracy out or something.
Don't worry, she'll be in safe hands.
It's not that I want to stop Ken from seeing her or Tracy from seeing Ken. It's just the thought of that woman.
I do understand. Honestly, I do.
Oh.
Hi.
Hello, Tracy.
Well, are you going to ask me how we got on?
Yeah, of course I am. How did you get on?
I'm in the first team next week.
Oh, great. I'm very pleased for you.
It between me and Fiona Jackson. I knew we were better than her. Besides, she's been saying some nasty things about me dad. I was determined to beat her. What's for tea?
Oh, nothing for you, madam, till you've had a bath.
Oh, Mum, I'm starving.
Go on, bath. And remember to clean it out when you're finished.
I will.
Happy now?
Yes, like I said, I was just being silly.
I bet it's dead good staying in a big hotel.
Oh, well, it's not all sunken baths and room service, you know, Tracy. I mean, I usually get the room next to the bloke who's up all night counting coat hangers or flushing the loo.
Well, I hope you come back in a better temper.
That's a bit off, Trace.
Well, it's true. All this stupid business with my dad's making you dead ratty.
I wouldn't call it stupid, Tracy.
Well, I would, and so do all my mates.
What, you discuss it with them?
Yeah, and they all think it's stupid. Fiona's dad got married again. She went to Disney World with him and his wife and their new little boy.
Lucky Fiona.
There's nothing you can do till you come back from Harrogate anyway, so off you go and have a good time.
I don't think that's exactly the object of the exercise, Emily. I mean, what would the ratepayers say?
Deirdre, you're still a young woman, a very attractive one. How long is it since you let your hair down and had some fun?
Well, I must say, you don't have a lot of laughs when your husband leaves you for another woman.
I'm absolutely serious. Forget your troubles for a couple of days.
And if after a couple of brandies at the hotel bar, a good-looking delegate starts to chat me up?
Well...
By heck, Emily Bishop, you wouldn't have said that in the old days.
Oh, there's a lot of things I wouldn't have said in the old days.
Anyway, I've got to find a good-looking delegate first, or even a half-decent one. I've been to these conferences before. Oh, Emily, I don't want anybody else. I wish it was Ken seeing me off. I wish it was Ken waiting for me when I come home. Why the hell did everything have to change?
I said about forgetting your problems. Tracy will be fine.
I just wish she hadn't gone off in a huff this morning.
She'll have cooled down by the time you come back.
Will you try and make her understand, Emily? I mean, she's closed her ears to me. She might listen to you.
You're going to miss your train. Just go and stop worrying. Everything will be all right.
Yeah, in 100 years' time, maybe. All right. I'll see you, Mum. Thank you.
Oh, it's all right. Now, don't worry about it at all.
2721. Tracy! Hello?
No, I'm not on my own. Auntie Emily's there, but she just nipped next door to get a knitting. Only I'm fed up.
Oh, why, love?
My mum's away and there's nothing to do.
Haven't you got any homework?
Did that in games. It were raining. What are you and my dad doing tonight?
Oh, nothing much. Just watch telly, I suppose, or read.
My dad and me used to play Scrabble, but he always won.
He always beats me too.
I wish I could come and... tell my dad I'll ring back.
What's that?
Wendy. So what if it was?
Tracy, love, let's not fall out, please. I've kept your supper on a low light. Where are you going?
Out.
Where to? Like it or not, I am responsible for you while your mum's away, and you're certainly not wandering off without telling me where.
All right. I'm going to my dad's.
Oh, you know how your mum feels about you going to...
Wendy's. It's not a swear word, you know. Look, if that's where my dad is, then that's where I'm going.
Oh, Tracy, come back this minute!
Well, what a surprise.
My mum's gone to Harrogate. She left with me Auntie Emily.
We know all about it. Come in.
Oh, yeah, she's here. She just walked in. Hello, love.
Mum's gone to Harrogate and...
Yeah, I know. I'm just on the phone to your Auntie Emily.
Look, bring your stuff on through. I suppose you've had some tea, have you?
Emily? Yeah, that was her just arriving.
She just walked out of the house. I couldn't do a thing to stop her.
No, it's probably best that you didn't. She can be a determined little madam.
Oh, well, yes, I know, but what do we do now? I mean, she's got to come back here, Ken.
Has she?
Well, yes. Oh, surely you can see that.
Look, I better talk to her first of all, see what she has to say.
Well, it's just that the one thing Deirdre did particularly ask me was that Tracy shouldn't have anything to do with, well, with Wendy.
Yeah, I can well imagine. Look, Emily, I'll talk to Tracy, then I'll get back to you, okay? Okay, bye.
What did she say?
Well, I don't think she's too pleased at the way you walked out. In fact, next time you meet Auntie Emily, I think you owe her an apology.
Yeah, all right. But can I stay here tonight? Wendy says I can.
Hey, I said I'd no objection, but you'd to ask your dad first.
Dad? Thanks.
How long is your mother away for? 2 nights?
Yeah, and I'd be at school through the day when you're both out at work.
She wouldn't want you to stay here, you know that.
She won't know.
Oh, yes, she will. Yes, if you stay here, then she'll have to know about it. You can put that idea out of your head.
I just wanted to stay with you.
I know. I know, love.
Doesn't it matter what I want?
Of course it matters. Matters more than anything.
Well then.
Shh, just give your dad time to think.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, thanks.
But listen, you better ask Wendy, because it's her house.
Fine. Great. I've already said.
Yeah, but there may well be consequences.
Doesn't worry me. Like you say, it's my house, and I can have whoever I like staying here.
I've brought all my things for school, so you don't have to go on for anything.
Well, perhaps not for your school things, but there's still Auntie Emily wondering what's going on, isn't there?
I see you haven't brought Tracy with you.
No.
Well, I think that's a great pity.
Look, Emily, the last thing I want to do is to put you in the firing line. You were helping out Deirdre, and so you don't deserve to be...
Why haven't you brought her back?
She didn't want to come.
And you really think that a 13-year-old should have the last word in a situation she can barely be expected to understand?
Oh, I think she understands a great deal.
Or whether she does or she doesn't. Aren't you just taking advantage of Deirdre's absence?
Look, Emily, I don't want to argue with you.
Ken, can't you understand? What do you expect me to do? Do you expect me to say, oh, fine, and just go home and wash my hands of it? Do you understand? Deirdre left me responsible for
Yeah,
Tracy.
now I'm taking over that responsibility. I'm her father, right? And now she's in my care. So I'll decide what's best for her in this instance.
Well, if that's the case...
It is.
I hope you won't mind me doing one thing, since it's the least I owe Deirdre. I hope you won't mind me ringing her and telling her what's happened.
Hello? Emily?
Deirdre. Oh, thank goodness.
I just got in. They said there was a call for me.
I'm at home. It's all right. Tracy's all right.
But you're not in our house.
No, well, there wasn't much point. Tracy's gone to stay with Ken.
What? You mean she's gone round to...
Wendy's house. I'm sorry, I really am, but there was nothing I could do to stop her. She just...
Yeah, but you know she's there.
Yes, I rang Ken, and he came round.
And what did he have to say?
Well, he seemed to think she should be allowed to decide for herself.
Oh, did he?
I do feel I've let you down. It's
Oh,
just that
you haven't let me down, Emily. When will I learn not to trust him, eh? When will I learn?
We're all locked up.
Oh.
I hope it isn't.
Hello? Certainly. It is.
Hello?
It's me. I gather you've got Tracy there.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, well, I don't want her there. I don't want my daughter anywhere near that woman.
Well, normally, I suppose, you might have some sort of right to say that.
Every right? Oh, yes, I've got every right.
Yes, but when you're not here, and when Tracy turns up on my doorstep...
I'd arranged for Emily to stop with her. Don't try and make out I've been neglecting her, because Emily was stopping with her, as you well know.
Yes, look, I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is Tracy turned up here asking if she could stay, so under the circumstances...
Yeah, well, she's not staying. She is not staying in that house.
So under the circumstances, I thought it best that she stayed here till you got back.
No.
Well, I'm sorry, but she is here, and she's in bed. She's fast asleep, and there's no way I'm disturbing her.
She is my daughter, and I want her in my house.
Yes, well, she's my daughter as well, and when you're not here to care for her, then... She hung up.
Oh.
I came back. I had to.
Yes, I can understand. Come in.
I couldn't have stopped there, Emily. I couldn't think about anything else. And then I met up with this counsellor from Liverpool. She was coming back today, so she gave me a lift.
Did you ring Ken?
Yeah. Fat lot of good it did me. I was going to come back last night, but he said Tracy was already asleep, so what sort of scene would that have been for her if I had?
Oh, I am sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault, Emily. Anyway, I'm going to go round there now.
Oh, well, would you like a cup of tea?
No, it's all right, love, thank you. But look, I did want to ask you, am I right? You rang Ken and asked him to bring Tracy back?
Yes.
And this was early on, so there's no way he could say she was asleep then?
No, she'd barely arrived at the house.
Right.
Got a name, a country that exports wheat.
Canada.
You should have done this last night.
She had other things to think about last night. And what else?
A country that exports tea.
India.
China?
India.
Talking of which, are you going to have your tea here tonight?
Yeah. Well, I can't I?
Your mum's definitely away for 2 nights, is she?
Yeah, because Auntie Emily was supposed to be staying for 2 nights. A country that exports coffee.
Oh, do you know that one?
I don't.
Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
And did she say what time she'd get back?
No.
Well, what does it matter? If she's away tonight, then she's away tonight. And you'll go back home tomorrow, won't you?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose the damage has been done anyway.
So she's having her tea here and then staying tonight?
If that's what she wants.
I do.
Right, well, let's do that then.
And I'll get off work early so I can be here when she's back from school.
That's if she ever gets there. Now, come on, I better give you a lift or you're going to be late. So, you're ready at last then?
Yeah.
And have you got some money?
Yeah, stop fussing, will you?
Ken.
Mum, what are you doing here?
I've come for you. What do you think I'm doing?
I'm with me dad.
Look, come in. Well, don't if you don't want to. It doesn't worry me.
Just what do you think you're doing? Waiting till I'm away and then enticing her over here?
There's been no enticing.
You knew I didn't want her in this house.
Mum, stop it.
Yeah, look, this is neither the time nor the place.
You are not gonna take my daughter away from me.
Nobody's trying to.
Do you hear that? You might have taken me husband. Well, you're welcome to him. But you are not going to wait until me back's turned and take me daughter as well.
I hear it, yes.
Look, I'm the one who told her to stay.
Well, you'd no right to.
And I told her because you weren't at home to take care of her and she came round here asking if she could stay.
Yeah.
And you were told this. Emily rang you and told you, so nobody's doing anything behind anybody's back.
Not ever again, they won't. I can promise you that.
For God's sake.
Tracy, come on. Come on, now.
No.
Look, we were going anyway. She was going to school, so why don't we just...
I'm the one who'll decide where she's going. Tracy, will you come with me now out of this house, please?
No. No, I'm stopping with me dad.
Look, see what you're doing?
What I'm doing. I see what you're doing. What you're both doing. Tracy, please.
She's back.
Sorry?
There's no sign of Tracy.
Deirdre?
Divorce used to be a swear word. Mind, where children were concerned, folks stuck together and worked at it. Nowadays, they find their own space and beg their kids. Well, I think it's a poor do, if you ask me.
Mr. Sugden, nobody did ask you, and I'd rather you didn't hover behind the front curtains as if awaiting a disaster. People start to think we've nothing better to do in this house. Well, I have.
Where are you going?
To see Deirdre.
Not the way she looks. Oh, I'll give her a minute or two to settle down state she's in. Is this tea brewed?
Oh, I can't tell you, Emily, they make me feel like dirt. I was saving these for Tracy's sake, not anymore.
Oh, Deirdre, I can't apologise enough. I feel this is all my fault.
Oh, don't, Emily. Whatever it was that made her go round there had more to do with me than you. I should never have gone on this damned Harrogate trip.
But like you said, you need to keep things running as normally as possible. If you try living your life around the problem, Tracy's not going to have any measure of what is normal.
Oh, things stopped being normal a long time ago.
Maybe your solicitor's right. Perhaps Tracy's just testing you. Testing your affection.
Emily, I don't care what she's doing. She's got no right going round there against my wishes. And he's got no right keeping her.
What shall I do? I mean, shall I say I'm stopping with you?
No, just say you're late because we overslept, love.
Do I have to go in? I'm not sure if I couldn't work with you.
I think you ought to. Look, I'll pick you up at lunchtime if you like. We can talk then.
I'll wait at the gates. 12:30.
I'll see you then.
Bye, Tracy.
Bye, love.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye. Sorry about this morning.
Deirdre certainly knows how to entertain the neighbours. Can't expect her to leave it at vicious rows on my doorstep, though.
I expect her to leave the decision to Tracy if she really cares about her. No, Deirdre chose to spend some of her precious time on a council's binge in Harrogate, and Tracy's obviously come to her own conclusions about that. I didn't make her mind up for her.
And neither should you, Ken.
What do you mean?
She's going to need her mum a lot more than you seem to imagine. You're going to have to tread very carefully.
Trust me.
Come on.
Would you mind leaving us alone, Debbie? Me and Tracy have to talk. Why did you do it?
I wanted to see Dad.
Have I ever tried to stop you? What are you playing at?
I'm not playing at anything.
And why go there?
I didn't want to start with Auntie Emma. I wanted to see me Dad.
What about what I want? Why can't you see it from my point of view?
You're not seeing it from mine. Dad misses me.
Oh, well, that's his fault. He's made his bed, he can lie on it.
And I miss him.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I feel as if you're punishing me. And I haven't done anything to hurt you.
I've got to go. I said I'd meet him.
Oh, did you? Well, go on then, you better go. I don't want to keep you from your precious father. And tell him from me, I hope he's satisfied.
Emily, I wish you'd come back and take Mavis out for a day or two. She's driving me mad with this flitting, you know. You'd think they were just getting wed.
Sorry, I can't oblige. I seem to be gathering enough problems at the moment.
Oh, aye, you've got Percy home, haven't you?
Well, yes, but for once, he's the least of my worries.
Oh?
It's Deirdre.
Well, I thought she was living it up on public funds in Harrogate.
Well, Tracy rather forced the issue. I was meant to be looking after her, and she suddenly took it upon herself that she'd rather go and stay with Ken. So Deirdre had to come back this morning.
Oh, no. Poor Deirdre. She gets no breaks, does she? What's she going to do about it?
Well, I don't see what she can do without making things worse. I don't understand it. It's so unlike young Tracy.
And what did you say?
I told her I miss you. I ain't done anything wrong, have I? I mean, I only want to be with you.
No, love, no. There's nothing wrong in following your instinct. Your mum's just being, well, a bit short-sighted about this.
Well, we all make mistakes, don't we?
Yes, we do.
You're just good. Well, it doesn't mean it's forever, does it?
What do you mean?
You. Who's to say you won't change your mind tomorrow? Come home.
Tracy.
Sometimes you have to make mistakes before you know what's right.
Is that what this is all about? Coming to stay at the house? Because you think I might change my mind?
I miss you when you're not there. I miss my mum when she's not there. Wendy's nice, but I want you back together, Dad. I want you to come home.
Me and Ray Langton finished. I was 23 years old. I had nothing. No money, no home. Part-time job with your Len. And an 18-month-old daughter needing a lot of attention. I struggled bringing Tracy up. Trying to be everything to her. Mum, dad, nurse, mate. And you didn't get much of a leg up in the 70s, did you? And when we went through a bad patch before, Tracy running away, playing up, it all boiled down to her being Ray's daughter and not Ken's. She needed stability. And it took me a long time to make my mind up. But I did it. I made that decision and let Ken adopt her. God, if I'd known then what I know now, she'd never have taken his name. I trusted him, and I made Tracy trust him as well. And look what he's done to us, Rita.
Come on, love. If any of us had a peep into the future, we might never budge off the spot. It's not about that. And you're talking to somebody who'd rewrite a lot of years, especially the last few.
I just don't know where to go from here. Everything I say to her, she takes the wrong way. Everything I do, she thinks I'm doing to make life harder. I just don't know what to do next.
And Ken can do no wrong.
Oh, all this works out fine for him. Not pushing her to make a choice. He's too clever for that. But he's doing his damnedest to back her up. That way he gets exactly what he wants without ever climbing off the fence. Story of his flaming life.
Had a council meeting with a client at lunchtime. More important things. I'll sort something out with him tomorrow.
Did it help?
What?
The chat with your dad at lunchtime.
We didn't really get very long to talk.
You go over a lot of the same old ground in this sort of situation, but all that pain and trying to work things out in your head. It all takes time, Tracy.
I told him I want him to come home. I told him I want him back. My mum and dad back together.
What did he say to that?
I think we've come to a decision. Or rather, Tracy has.
Sorry, Mum, about this morning.
I'm sorry, too. I really thought it was what Tracy wanted. Truly.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
I wouldn't like to think this will stop Tracy and I getting together.
Well, we just won't have to let it, will we? As long as it is just you.
If you say so. Bye now.
Bye.